because Tuesdays we have very interesting topics. And what is the interesting topic for today? Yes, Administrator. Today's topic is what you always ask me. Can we find eternal happiness by just fulfilling our responsibilities? Can we find eternal happiness by just fulfilling our responsibilities? So, with that note, with that interesting topic, Sip Sachiv, Sip Am Atma, Am Sip and Alak, Sip Anand, Anil, Atman Revati and Bliko, Sip Bliss, Sip Dasi Buddh, Gigi and Girishanand, Sip Harshal, Krishna, Manoj and Nemsom, Sip Parati, Peter, Prakasa, Premchandji, Sip Rajanand, Rajesh, Rekha, Rumataji, Sip Prakash, Samatma, Siji and Simi, Sip Siri, Sip Sita, Siva, Sridhar, Sip Sukhi, Sip Sridhar, Sundar, Sunita, Sip True Preet with Guru, new name of Guru Preet, Viresh, Yogini, Ahem Brahma. This is where we are today. Interesting, and hope we have a great call together. So I repeat, can we find eternal happiness by just fulfilling our responsibilities? Such a opening batsman. Those who want to get time, ask now. If you come after
Shivam,
8:30, 8:45, I have to rush you and push you. Yes.
Shivam Guruji, we can only
Sure.
find internal happiness once we are having sip on lip all the time and remain ourselves to be in conscious mode. We are not in the mind state. If you are in mind state, internal peace cannot come. So that can only happen once we are having the realization again for, I repeat my favorite thing, Niti Niti Tatvasi. Once you're in a complete peace and you have a purpose clear and you're not in mind state, you're in, enlightened ego, we have enlightened our ego, and then we are at complete rest, behaving like all the time as a divine soul, then you're definitely at the peace. There is nothing which will bother you. Surrender
Okay.
form.
What is today's topic? Today's
Hmm.
topic is some people think
Hmm.
that by fulfilling our responsibilities, we can be happy.
No,
So,
it's, apart from that, sip has to be on the lip. We can do that. We have to remain attached, detached. Again, there is also part there. While we are, making our responsibility, day-to-day responsibilities happen. At the same time, we don't have to forget, sip. Sip has to be on lip.
okay. So therefore, I'm getting you, but
Hmm.
I am not getting a difference in how you differentiate your responsibilities with eternal happiness. I'm not. You're giving some gyan, neti neti tattvamasi, but I'm not getting the clear answer. If you can find eternal happiness by fulfilling our responsibilities, yes or no?
Yes, partially yes, because you do your karma.
Okay, partially yes. Now I got your answer.
Yes.
Thank you. I was getting waiting for that kind of answer. Krishna,
Hmm. Hmm.
can we find eternal happiness by fulfilling our responsibilities?
It's the Krishnoham.
Krishna,
So, you had earlier taught us the meaning of the word responsibility is the ability to respond, to choose. So now, of course, when you say responsibility, I assume it is worldly responsibilities
yeah.
or something which is bound to our karma, and it will not go beyond pleasure, or maybe maximum little peace you may get, but it brings pain also, it brings suffering, it brings regret, shame, guilt, all the M and E sufferings will happen. So we will not move to the eternal happiness unless we have all the three P's.
Good,
All
good,
the
good.
three
Now,
P's of the
now, yeah,
happiness secret
yeah.
should
Uh,
be there. And once when I asked you this, I got a very beautiful answer from you. I don't give any option. Now you have transformed us. Abhi hum log bhi, we don't give any option because you have made us realize the biggest responsibility is SIP, priority to SIP. Therefore, only that will give us ultimate happiness. Now, our responsibility is this. Even coming to this Zoom call daily, there are many responsibilities. We know it is a lower kind of happiness. So we don't want to sacrifice a higher for this lower responsibility as the world coins. But our biggest responsibility is towards the Prabhu, which has come from the Guru's guidance. So now it is transformative. So our responsibility is SIP now, which will lead us to ultimate or eternal happiness because we have all the three P's in it. Otherwise, it was pleasure and pain earlier.
Very good. Very good answer. You have explained very clearly, but everybody doesn't understand this. So you're blessed. Sometimes you don't realize you are blessed to have so much clarity. Because what happens is otherwise we have got hazard responsibilities. I'm using the word hazard. Hazard people say, oh, there is no end to it. I have responsibility. My auntie's son is getting married. That also becomes responsibility. I have to go. Then I have got responsibility. Yeah, but if my neighbor's dog is hurt, that does not mean I'll miss my Zoom call. No, my Zoom call is my priority.
Yesterday, आप इतना role model है हमारे लिए because after 2 root canals you were in the Zoom call. So हम लोग को एक login करके इधर आने में, I don't know, it is a biggest responsibility we have now. And
But
your the minute also giving us a lot of, every day you're giving a lot of better clarity, and we lose the minute.
that minute is a very beautiful thing. For example, the responsibility, if I add it to what you like that minute, you should try to learn. I'm trying to learn that minute.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn. Now, what is life all about? What is life? Those of you who did not come for Instagram today, Krishna reminds me of it. What is, and I try to say it from an awareness point of view. What is
Yeah.
life all about? It is nothing but a minute. It has only 60 seconds, but our entire life is in it. Can we go before it? Can we go after it? No. We have got to live in it. And if we don't live in it, then we will lose it. But Are Baba, why did we get it? We didn't even choose it. And now we feel we are stuck. We can't even refuse it. Each minute is so precious. We must learn to respect that with cheer and laughter, joy and bliss. We must learn to feel it. If happily we don't live in every minute, then we will lose it. With peace, with love, with bliss and joy, live every minute. If the minute is gone, the day is gone, our life is gone with it. Seize the day, seize the now, make the most of the minute. So I try to say it because you know what is Krishna, what it says so beautifully. Entire life is just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. अगर कोई responsibility आ जाता है and it robs my minute, I'll be doing that responsibility. I forget Prabhu. If I forget Prabhu, then what is life? Arey, that's why I'm enjoying that minute. I'm enjoying the subject of the minute. How you like it. I'm also enjoying. I'm trying to get better at it. Okay, good. I'm very happy at your answer. Okay, anything more?
Sir, बहुत previously you had said the entire eternity is in minute. That time मुझे इतना understanding नहीं था. अभी it is very clear.
अभी हमने वो poem को change किया. We brought it to our language. We brought it to, that was some international poem.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Aham Nothing, Bliko, Atmadeep, Ashwin, God's Will, Pooja, and Abba. We have 8 people on the line. Let's start.
Shivoham Guruji, I bow down to you and all SIP on this call.
Shivoham.
Guruji, meeting our responsibilities will not give us eternal happiness. It will give us momentary happiness because the responsibilities is a never-ending thing. You may do 100 things and one thing you don't do, so all 100 things are gone to toss.
Correct.
Secondly, it will give you satisfaction more than happiness. It gives you satisfaction that you have performed your responsibilities.
But will you get eternal happiness?
No, not internal happiness. It is momentary worldly happiness.
That is what this is today's my question to all of you. See, that I am, by telling you this, I am not in any way telling you to ignore your responsibilities. Am I telling you responsibilities go dustbin mein dalo? Am I saying that?
मैं अभी भी रोटी बना रही हूँ साथ साथ.
देखो, look at this. मैं रोटी बना रही हूँ, लेकिन मैं जूम कॉल में हूँ. कोई बोलता है जूम कॉल को भाड़ में जाओ, मैं तो पराठा खा रही हूँ. See, so there are two ways ना. मैं रोटी बना रही हूँ. What Aham Sip is selling. रोटी बना रही हूँ, लेकिन मैं Zoom call में हूँ. So this Zoom call is a commitment to sip, and that's why I appreciate कि Aham Sip आप रोटी बना रही है. But even when doing roti, I see videos on. It's a big challenge. At least normally people say video to off karu, but people cannot feel. We feel bad. They're seeing me. Some people are eating biryani and coming on the Zoom call. They're happy to see eating biryani. Some people switch off their video when they're eating biryani because they don't want. It doesn't matter. See, what matters is today. Remember one more thing before I forget. What is eternal happiness? Eternal happiness is enlightenment. And what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is eternal happiness. Are we clear about this? Let us be very clear. What is eternal happiness? It is enlightenment. What is enlightened? It is eternal happiness. But if we get stuck in just fulfilling our responsibilities, I am guilty, my dear friends, I am guilty for being irresponsible. I am telling you this, I am guilty of being irresponsible. Irresponsible to the world, but I am fully responsible to SIP. And the question I ask myself is, who am I accountable to? Am I accountable to this mithya, this world, samsara, or am I accountable to SIP? And what answer I get is, I am accountable to SIP. SIP on my lip. Okay, thank you, I am SIP, for your great good answer. Nothing, Bliko, Atmadeep, and Ashwin.
Shivam here.
Shivoham.
Uh, Sir, by only fulfilling our responsibility, by only top on our responsibility, we can't achieve eternal happiness. Uh, I am blessed enough to realize this at a young age because I tried to fulfill my responsibility for from last like 10, 20, 10 or 15 years. Before that, I was kid. But definitely, I don't remember a day when I said कि आज तो सब कुछ पूरा हो गया and I slept and I am top on my responsibility. After fulfilling so things, people are still saying कि आपने ये नहीं किया, वो नहीं किया, वो नहीं किया. And in this call, there are much elder people like Ashwin ji, Ashwin sir, and Bliko sir, and they are obeying, they are fulfilling their responsibility from last 50, 40 years and number of years. But what is the fact? Are they able to sleep without any stress? Are they able to take decision with the name of SIP, with holding hand of SIP from last 40 years? No. Post coming on this call and making the efforts, only then they are able to realize it. So for me, eternal happiness is divine love. Eternal happiness, like divine love, bliss, and peace. But we can't achieve them by just fulfilling the responsibility. We need to do hard, and as much as we are in the stuck in the mayajala of responsibility, we can't achieve that. To achieve them, we need to take an exit route, do whatever is required for necessity. It's I'm not saying कि अगर आप बेटे हो तो पिताजी की सेवा मत करो. It's okay, but take an exit route. Be a spiritually selfish.
Actually, you're thank you, nothing. You have said something very beautifully. That even after doing all the responsibilities, are people happy? I'm remembering, I'm remembering that I have two boys, two sons, and I used to struggle all the day doing my business. It was a big struggle to do my business, but I used to struggle and do my business and then still go to my school to meet the parent teachers and to go and teach, guide them in their education. Although I was struggling in building a big business. Then one day I was sitting with my children and I was telling them, no, after all, you are blessed, you have received a lot. Apart from me having a toy shop and getting them new toys every week they were getting new toys. And I'm also trying to help them. My one son, he wanted to go to watch a football match in Manchester United in London. I had to book tickets for him to take him to Manchester United. Then he told me he wants to see the formula races. The first time it came in Singapore, I took him to Singapore, booking a hotel at 10 times the price. Then one time he told me, I want to see Hawaii. I flew from India to America. I was studying to take him to Hawaii. I have done list 10 things I may tell you like this, which are like I think impossible. And in the discussion, they asked me, what have you done for us? The boys asked me the question, आपने हमारे लिए किया क्या है? What have you done? You have done nothing. So that is how this world is. And the world is what Umang said very beautifully, nothing. how much ever you do, samsar will not be satisfied, but SIP will be satisfied. So when I am doing for SIP, SIP is giving me blessing on a minute to minute basis. Every poor person I pick up from the street, I get that feeling of gratitude from those people, and I feel that blessing from SIP. So thank you, Umang, for sharing. Let's hear others. Bliko, Atmadeep, Ashwin, and God's will.
Shivam, love you all.
Sir,
Many thanks to my Guru AiR, because of you only, like nothing said, after 60 year fulfilling of your duty, what you get. That is very important question everybody has to ask themselves, right? Like you gave a big example of your son, right? With your capacity, you can do many things, and yet it was not acknowledged. And it is with everybody. Whatever you do for others to make them happy, they will never get satisfied, and their quench for the other demands will continue. So coming to actually, you gave already answer. Eternal happiness is enlightenment. Unless you get enlightenment, you will never find eternal happiness. The happiness is like our mantra is be happy. So when you be happy with whatever you have, that is there. But responsibility is not going to give you any happiness. Forget about eternal happiness. I'm telling you, small happiness is also not possible with the responsibility, because responsibility is a like you said, what is the well without
bottomless, bottomless.
bottomless well. So that bottomless well responsibility, you do whatever, it is not going to be filled up, and it is never be uh, you know uh, turned into happiness. So eternal happiness is totally different, and responsibility is other way. Our prime responsibility, like Krishna also said, is our responsibility to seek. And like I like that nothing's word at spiritually selfish. It is not considered as selfish, but we should be spiritually selfish in the sense that you have to worry about your own progress, your own happiness, your own enlightenment. You cannot make other people enlightened, right? You can just guide, like you are guiding, right? But you are not making everybody enlightened, and it is not possible for any guru, right? Guru can guide, right? But the question has to be answered, and question has to be dissolved. Once your question is dissolved, you will not have question. But for that, you need Guru and your guidance. So this eternal happiness is not possible with fulfilling responsibility, worldly responsibility. Our responsibility is with SIP only. That is what I.
Actually, thank you, Blik. You know, as we are talking, Bliko, Krishna, nothing, everybody who's talking little by little. See, what happens is these responsibilities actually they become fetters,
Mm,
they become chains, and stop us from our priority of SIP.
correct.
So many responsibilities that appear in our life are only taking us away from our purpose of existence. And
Like
this is ignorance.
it is wasting of our precious time.
Because of ignorance. Because हम
Ignorance, yeah.
avidya में है. Because we are in avidya, so we are thinking we have actually we don't have as such responsibility. Of
Responsibility.
course, if छोटा बच्चा है, even एक बिल्ली का छोटा बच्चा है, वो बिल्ली भी दूध छोटे बच्चे को दूध पिलाती है.
So like
That
you
is
said,
yeah.
रोटी कपड़ा और मकान के बाद जब आपको fulfillment नहीं है, and when you are not understanding the limit between need and greed, you go into that type of trap, like pleasing everybody, finishing all responsibility, which is impossible for anyone.
Okay. Thank you, Blego. Well said. Atmadeep, Ashwin, God's will, and Pooja.
Pranam Guruji,
Pranam.
Shubham.
Yes.
With due respect to all the answers we have received, आई थिंक द फर्स्ट टर्म रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी जो ये जिम्मेदारी है इसका कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत मतलब वो कहाँ से आ रहा है द आइडेंटिफिकेशन इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इफ इट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द सेंस ऑफ अहम देहास्मी so you will be in the trap of worldly affairs and you will relate your responsibility from the center of world that day I call it in the world and not of the world so that way and the second thing if it is coming from aham brahmasmi center of that consciousness then your responsibilities are very neat and clean very much into the sync of sip so then you will be at ease on your own and then you may feel eternal happiness
What
But
did you
I
say? The
haven't.
first word. Second word is ahem brahmasmi. What is the first word you said?
Just opposite. Aham dehasmi. They
Okay.
matlab
Yes.
body.
Okay.
Yeah.
People don't use this word very familiarly, very ordinarily. So ahem deasmi is I am the body.
Yes.
Continue.
So yes, that's all. मुझे इतना ही आता है.
अच्छा, नहीं, नहीं,
Thanks.
बहुत कह दिया. So that's right. I think you've said something very beautiful. Thank you, Atmadeep. We are going next to Ashwin. But what Atmadeep said, it is whether you are the lower self or the higher self. If you are the lower self, then you're performing the responsibility of the lower self. I am this body. Huh? If all the time I have to think of my father and my mother and my child, that means that my is an ignorant I. That means I don't have, I am living and I will be dying and I will come back and I will suffer again and again and again and again and again. There is a question of eternal happiness. In fact, what Atmadeep said, Ahem Dhyasmi means eternal unhappiness. In fact, we are leading to a very dangerous thing. What is the dangerous thing? That those who give responsibility priority and don't give the priority their responsibility, they suffer. Did you hear? Don't those who make their responsibility the priority and don't give the priority their responsibility, they really suffer in life. Eternal suffering. Thank you, Ashwin, God's will, Pooja, and Abba.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam.
Well, as the discussion has been going on, responsibilities involves family work, community service, and even bhakti, which give our lives order and meaning. Yet, eternal happiness is not simply the reward of fulfilling them. However, as Brico said, true joy is revealed in enlightenment, but what I'm saying is true joy is revealed in the quiet presence of consciousness itself. When duties no longer feel heavy on oneself, but flow with ease as service rather than burden. Therefore, happiness is not earned. Being SIP itself and having it on autopilot, naturally making responsibility light, and it lightens up as well.
Good.
Those are my thoughts.
No, very good. You always, one thing very good in you. Thank you, Ashwin. One thing very good in you, Ashwin, is always brings back this awareness point and consciousness point. So, like Bliko said, and others have said, next will be God's will. It's important is we must be aware of our higher responsibility without forgetting our lower responsibilities. The lower responsibilities don't have to be dumped.
Exactly.
But if all the time, if we are just focusing only on our responsibility, our worldly responsibilities, then we will not find eternal happiness. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you, Ashwin.
well,
Yeah. Are you not following? God's will.
Sheep and sip. So I think all the contributions here have been excellent, and I can see the issue in the question. You say both by fulfilling our responsibilities. I don't think it's about fulfilling our responsibilities; it's about fulfilling God's responsibilities. For me, I think
Our
God is.
the primary responsibility. Well, what is our primary responsibility?
We are laddie. We're not here on our own terms. We're not here on our own terms. When God is, He's like a military leader. This is not a joke. This is not like a pastime game. It's not. It's a very serious. It's like you're at war. It's like a battle. You listen to the commander. If the junior officer says go left, the senior commander says go right. You go right. You're
Beautiful.
listening. You're listening to SIP. If your wife tells you go left, SIP says go right. I'm sorry. We know where we're going to go, and your children, whatever.
I like what you said. Huh? I beautiful. If your wife says go left and a SIP says go right, then you must know what to listen and who to listen. But most of the time, Bill, unfortunately, we are not listening to SIP.
Well, I think this is the major point of this call, is to discern what is the difference. What does SIP want us to do, and how do you discern that? How do you know for sure this is what SIP, like, do you pray or ask for signs, or do you want visions or a letter in the post? I don't know. And this is the question. I don't think there is any simple answer to that, but certainly we need every person from the youngest. This is the neat meaning for the word education, means able to discern what does SIP want us to do.
That is exactly what happens when you're in consciousness. When you're in consciousness, you're still the mind, because the mind is going towards responsibilities of the world. And SIP has told us that I have given you an intellect. I've been able to give you a discriminating tool. So you need to discriminate, and you need to listen to me. And you can only listen to SIP's voice if you cut the outside noise. As long as you're listening to the noise, and the monkey will keep on yelling, and you will never be able to hear SIP. SIP is inside you. SIP is right inside you, but you're listening to some outside voices. Right, Will? So I answered the other part of your question, but you said it very beautifully, Will, that we must learn to let go of our earthly partners' directions, to follow the heavenly wisdom, which is our purpose. Thank you. Thank you, Will. Pooja, Sundar, Siri, and Rumataji.
शिवम गुरुजी।
Shubham.
गुरुजी, हमको तो रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेना पड़ेगा, जैसे कि फैमिली रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, फिजिकल रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, वर्क प्लेस रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। लेकिन वो जो रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेने के लिए मैं अभी क्या करती हूँ, पहले जैसे कि टायर्डनेस होती थी, इरिटेशन आ रहा था, ओवरलोडेड हो रही थी। आजकल रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेने से पहले मैं सुबह उठ के जो शिवम मेडिटेशन करती हूँ एंड शिव को इंटरनली फील करती हूँ। बाद में जो रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी में जो सब ये था ना, प्रॉब्लम था मेरा, वो ओवरकम हो गया। एंड आप जैसे कि बहुत कुछ होने के बाद कि आपका जूम क्लासेस आपके लिए बहुत बड़ा रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, इसलिए मेरे लिए रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है जूम क्लास अटेंड करने के लिए। और अटेंड करने के बाद जो सब रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी में लेना पड़ता है और पड़ेगा भी, उसमें मेरे को एनर्जी मिलता है। एंड आई एम हाईली ग्रेटफुल टू यू सर एंड
Okay, very good. Very good, Pooja. Thank you. Very good said. Sundar, Siri, Rumataji, and Shivoham.
Shivam sir,
Shivoham.
of course, by fulfilling responsibility only, we can get the eternal happiness. But we have to understand responsibility in the broader sense, sir. Not like only the worldly responsibility. But if we have the guru, then what is the responsibility with guru? We have to understand that. And everybody knows the worldly responsibilities, but very rare people knows the responsibility with the guru or responsibility with the life. What is the responsibility with our life? This beautiful life we have, then what is the responsibility with this life? We have to understand that. So we have to understand the responsibility, the responsibility in the broader sense.
Correct.
Then in that sense, by fulfilling the responsibility only, we can get the eternal happiness. And responsibility is not only the very general term. If you understand it.
Yeah, very good. So thank you, Sundar. What Sundar is telling is, let's understand the meaning of responsibility in the larger term. Then it is eternal happiness. Good. Siri, Rumataji, Shivoham, Happpiness. Everybody is adding to the calls, the learning. Everybody is giving some value. Thank you. Siri.
Shivoham Guruji.
Sure.
We had a session of the roadblocks, and at that time, I told that duties and responsibility was my roadblock. It was a roadblock for enlightenment. And because responsibility means everybody thinks it is only worldly responsibility, except the person who are attending the Zoom call. So you cannot get eternal happiness with responsibilities. Your responsibility should be, as Krishna said, only for SIP, no other responsibilities. Then only you can get enlightenment. And it was a roadblock, in fact, duties and responsibilities was a roadblock when we had the session. So I remember that, and now I have left the worldly responsibility. I was attached to that duties and responsibilities, thinking that only I can do it. But
actually, the problem, Siri, you know why it became a roadblock? Let me tell you, it becomes a roadblock because this responsibility takes us away from SIP.
Correct.
This is a big problem. If
Yes,
the
absolutely.
responsibility is taking you far away from SIP, how can it give you happiness? It will give you unhappiness.
Correct. That is what he told. It is a roadblock. So you cannot have this responsibility. Your responsibility should be only for SIP. They cannot have internal
You're
happiness.
saying it in a very strong way. I appreciate. I'm not saying it so harshly, but actually you're right. SIP is in SIP
Because
in.
it is an example with me, actually. It was the example with me when we had that roadblock. It was duties and responsibilities. And I said that also, that I could not get further because of this problem. And he told, okay, you see SIP and all. Then he started leaving everything, thinking that only I am doing. Then I left everything. So now I don't have any responsibilities. Okay, it is that I'm doing work, I'm cooking, I'm doing everything. But as SIP, and it is not as for responsibility for me. My responsibility is only towards SIP, nothing
So what is
else. Nothing
good?
more.
See, let me explain one thing to you. If we are able to fulfill our responsibility to SIP, then all the smaller responsibilities take care by of itself. The problem is when you make other responsibilities your priority, then you're in disaster. Some people make all, they tell, one man was telling me, what is my priority? My wife. I said, very good. Then he said, number two, my children. I said, very good. He said, three, then my job. I said, very good. Four, he said, then my parents. I said, very good. Then five, he said, then my family. I said, then society. Six. I said, where is SIP coming? SIP is coming number 10. How can SIP come number 10 in the list of your responsibilities or priorities? This is disaster. It's such a big disaster. You are giving, and every day you tell SIP, oh SIP, भगवान तुम हमारा भगवान है, हम तुम्हारे सब कुछ तुम ही भगवान, तुम ही तुम ही सब, तुम ही हो माता पिता, तुम ही हो बंधु, 10th priority तुम ही हो. Huh? You are telling, but in reality you are not living that realization. So good, Siri. We have to go. We have to, not in words but in deeds. In deeds, we have to make SIP our priority and our highest responsibility. We have got Rumataji, Shivoham, Atmanand, and Rajanand. Rumataji.
Pranam Guruji, Shivoham.
बोलिए.
Shivoham Guruji, hope your both the teeth are all right.
नहीं
Pain
नहीं,
is
वो
not
तो
there.
पुरानी बात है. वो तो पुरानी बात है. माताजी बोलिए.
Guruji, if when we are busy in fulfilling the worldly responsibilities, you may become a good mother, good father, good wife, husband, friend, etc. But our first priority is towards SIP, who has sent us to this world. So only when we are faithful to our duties towards SIP, then we are in happiness, eternal happiness. Otherwise, so duties are becoming bandhan for us. They are like chains in our life.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. Somebody sent me a beautiful message today, Rumataji. They
Yes,
said,
Guruji.
he said, I don't want two bandhans. So I said, what is the two bandhans? Bliko, you know what they said? I don't want two bandhans. He said, one is house and second is spouse.
Very correct, Guruji.
I don't want two bandhans. One is house and second is a spouse. Because if I have a house, then I start becoming attached to my house. And mera ghar hai, and if I have a spouse, then I have got family, I have children. That's why these so-called sannyasis, brahmacharis, masti mein apna zindagi. Krishna is very happy to promote them. She says, sannyasi, brahmachari बहुत अच्छा है, वो तो अपना मस्ती में सारा कुछ भी करो, इसकी कोई चिंता. I don't tell you all to become sannyasi and brahmachari, but I tell you all to be a yogi. I at least tell you all be a yogi. योगी योगी जो योग में सदा ही रहे. That is important. Thank you, Rumata ji. Thank you. Shivoham, Atmanand, Rajanand, Yogini.
Shivam Sarji.
Shivoham, bolo.
Sarji, external responsibility will not get you internal happiness.
Then?
You can get internal happiness only being on the path, on the spiritual path, having gratitude for the divine, having a right guru, प्रेयर मेडिसिन हमेशा योग में रहे, प्रभु के योग में रहे.
Good. So that's it. But I thought you were telling me one of your biggest problem is you have got some responsibilities. I remember you telling 2 days back.
Not 2 days back. Responsibilities long back I told you, sir. Nowadays I don't think they are. जो हो गया. Past is I forget.
That's why Ashok Shivoham in our scriptures, what do they try to teach us? They say brahmacharya, grahastha, vanaprastha, sannyas. That means after some time you must not just earn and learn and burn and return. You must turn from your responsibilities towards the SIP, which is your greatest responsibility. Thank you, Shivoham. Thank you. Atmanand Rajanand, Yogini and Rutanu.
Yeah, Shivam Guruji.
Yes, sir.
We can find eternal happiness only by fulfilling the responsibility. And the responsibility is only towards SIP.
Very good. Why do you say that? What is your sudden strong statement like this?
Yeah, because everything is only SIP is there, right? So if we are awakened telling that I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the ego, then our only the ninth point is to live like a divine instrument, which means that we are only, working toward the God's will.
Because this is what the truth is, no, Atmanand. If you look at the Gita Sar, which recently I've written a song, it's what does it say? It says, व्यर्थ जीवन खो रहे हो, डर के क्यों तुम रो रहे हो, अजन्मी है अमर आत्मा, भय में जीवन जी रहे हो. We are so afraid. We are living with false fears. We are carrying baggage. So much baggage, Atmanand. So the reality is, what you said? What's the reality? What am I? Who am I? If the moment you realize this, you realize what responsibility are you talking about? It is all mithya. It's maya. What
Yeah,
is the
like how Siri
responsibility?
says, Jagat Mithya Brahma Satya.
So the truth is that let us wake up from this illusion. We are living in a bubble. The bubble will burst. One day the bubble will thirst, and that will not quench the bubble will burst, it will not quench our thirst. When the bubble will burst, you see, the problem is we have to be free. The biggest word that is missing in our dictionary, in our vocabulary, is mukti, freedom. People are not paying attention to freedom. People are getting, who said the word bandhan? I know who used the word just now. Bandhan, such an important word. I think not after Siri, somebody. So I forget that. Sometimes I can't remember everybody what you all say. But whoever said it, such a beautiful word. So we need freedom. And responsibilities can become a handcuff. I often tell people, if you do bad karma, you get metallic handcuffs. You do good karma, you get golden handcuffs. So you need to be free from thinking, oh, people say you don't do this, be bad karma, man. For you, bad karma, huh? Better be careful, bad karma. Oh, then I should do good karma. No, I should be karma yogi. If I'm a karma yogi, then I am going beyond my worldly responsibilities to my divine responsibility. Good, as Atmanan said, we can find eternal happiness only by fulfilling the responsibility. The means the one and only priority. Thank you, Atmanan, for that strong statement. Rajanand, Yogini, Rutanu, and Monty.
Sir.
Namaskar.
Namaskar, sir. Sir, whatever has happened before coming to this call is a thing of past. Now, for me, the only responsibility is to be in subconsciousness, to be in awareness, where I am, with whom I am. Definitely not to be in mind state. And do count the moments of loss, if any. इतना ही मेरा काम है, main काम, responsibility जिसको हम बोलते हैं, to be in yoga. And secondly, I do admit that there are also, like any other person, there are also some obligations, life ki obligations hai, which necessarily I don't count them in responsibilities at this stage. However, I try to perform all these works in a state of detached attachment, Do not allow these to disturb my peace, my purpose, my yoga, my eternity of my happiness, and my non-entanglement, that क्या बोलते हैं उसको, non-entanglement जो nature हुआ है develop. I don't allow that to disturb it.
Good. Very well said, Rajanand. So let's move on. Yogini, thank you. Yogini, Rutanu, Monty, and Bliko. We have about 20 minutes to close.
Shivoham, sir.
Shivoham.
So thank you from myself and all the Zoomers, because of a guru like you who has now opened our eyes to choose. We have a choice to choose between enlightenment and responsibilities. Responsibilities have been fulfilled in past, and even now it will be fulfilled. But we don't have this ek tattva abhyasa that is being fully established in consciousness because of responsibilities. So for me, I think I will choose enlightenment only. Responsibilities, it'll go on. I can't stop my enlightenment because of that.
Very beautiful. Very beautifully, practically said by Yogini. Thank you, Yogini. And remembering that beautiful word of Ek Tattva Abhyasa. What is that Ek Tattva Abhyasa? Atmanand's words, same exactly what he said. The priority. The problem is in this world, the mind is stealing our priority. The mind is making us wander. The mind is taking me there. The mind is taking me there. How can, let me tell you something. Since Yogini reminded me, let me tell you one thing. In 2012, my guru told me go on Talash. Did I go? 1 year I wandered. 2013, it was a sacred day of the Buddha Purnima day. I remember the day. First 2012, he told me go on Talash. I nodded my head. 2013, he looked in my eyes. He said, where are you in the Talash? I felt ashamed of myself. I stopped everything on the day. And in a matter of 15 months, I opened my real eyes. So that was called Ek Tattva Abhyasa, the priority. I gave up everything. People laughed at me. What are you doing? I left my work. I left everything. I left my pleasures. I left everything. I went away alone into mountains, alone in some spiritual retreats, just to contemplate. Thank you, Yogini. So Rutanu, Monty, Siba, and Hematma. Alak and Abba. We have 6 more speakers.
Shivoham Guruji.
Shivoham.
Guruji, we want to prioritize SIP, but this Maya Nagari and Maya Jal, जो भगवान की लीला है, वो हमें ऐसे आके जकड़ लेती है that SIP slips from
Don't
our lips.
blame Maya Nagari and don't blame SIP. It is SIP has given you a willpower. SIP has given you buddhi. SIP has given you consciousness. SIP has given you the ability to choose. So don't blame SIP. Continue.
I'm not blaming SIP, but I'm blaming the Leela.
Why don't you blame that you are not having the courage to live as a divine instrument? Why don't you admit that you are not overcoming ignorance, which is overshadowing your intelligence? Why we should not blame Maya and Leela and Karma. No, we should not blame. You are gifted to be enlightened. If you're not sailing on 2 boats, if you have Ek Tattva Abhyasa, if you have got a clear priority, my priority is Prabhu Pana, यही मकसद है, प्रभु को पाना है, प्रभु को पाना है, हाँ? सब कुछ मिला अगर सिप ना मिला तो संसार मिला फिर भी कुछ ना हम पाते. Why can't we understand? Are we so dumb? Are we so dumb? Huh? The bhajans you're listening, संसार से घर मिल गया सब, मिला तो क्या मिला. Why don't we understand the simple truth? It's staring at our face.
Yes, Guruji.
Okay, thank you. Monty,
And
Shiba,
Guruji,
Atma.
one more thing I wanted to ask. Time, space, SIP has created everything, time and space also.
What is time and space? They are all jargon. These are words you pick up from some videos and then you get stuck. What is time? What is space?
But
time is just a measure.
Hmm.
We have created the measure. SIP has only created this moment. SIP has created. What did I tell you just now? What is life all about? It is nothing but a minute. It has only 60 seconds, but our life isn't. But our life is in it. Can we go before it? Can we go after it? No, we have got to live in it. Huh? And if we don't live in the minute, then we will lose it. But why did we get it? We didn't even choose it. Now it seems we are stuck. We can't even refuse it. We must treasure every minute before we lose it. That's all. Prabhu has only made a minute. This time we have created. Space is everything is Prabhu. The space is Prabhu.
Prabhu created everything.
Monty, Shiba, Ahem, Atma, Alak,
Thank
and
you, Guruji.
Abba.
नमस्ते गुरुजी।
Yes, Monty.
सर मेरा इस टॉपिक से बाहर एक क्वेश्चन है।
हाँ पूछो।
स्वामी विवेकानंद जी की एक फेमस कोट है, अराइज अवेक एंड स्टॉप नॉट टिल द गोल इज रीच्ड।
हाँ।
सो माय क्वेश्चन इज स्वामी विवेकानंद जी जो कोट है ये मटेरियलिस्टिक अचीवमेंट के लिए या अटेनिंग मोक्षा और स्पिरिचुअल अटेनिंग द सुप्रीम गोल?
वो तो स्वामी विवेकानंद से पूछना पड़ेगा।
नहीं, वो अभी दुनिया में नहीं है ना।
So you can take it in a spiritual path if you like. What is the quote? Please read.
Arise, awake and stop not.
Arise मतलब उठो. Awake मतलब जागो. Arise, awake and
stop not till the goal is reached.
हाँ. उठो, जागो, चलो. उठो, जागो, चलो. मुक्ति पाओ.
ये मतलब स्पिरिचुअल कॉन्टेक्स्ट में है ना?
Obviously, Vivekananda was a spiritual person, but he got, because क्या होता है, sometimes when you are diverting between patriotism and spirituality, some things can get confusing. His call may be have no confusion. Some people some people are very unhappy. I'm talking on happiness. क्या ये happiness you're talking? We don't like happiness. We only want to talk enlightenment. Arey, what is enlightenment? Happiness is other side of the coin. Eternal happiness. I'm not doing ha ha he he hoo hoo. I'm not teaching joke. I'm not joker. So eternal happiness and enlightenment. Only one subject. So that's how you should take it. Okay.
सर एक सेकंड सर जहां तक मैंने पढ़ा है स्वामी जी को, वो तो कभी मुक्ति या लिबरेशन मोक्षा के बारे में बात नहीं किया है।
बात किया आपने पूरा नहीं पढ़ा है। Please read. I'll try to give you a book. There are many good books. Kindly pick up. There are many books on Vivekananda on enlightenment. You will find. Thank you. Siba, Ahem, Atma, Alak, Abha, and last will be Nikhila. No, after Nikhila, no more. Siba.
Pranam Guruji, immense gratitude. Guruji, yesterday's topic was very profound and it was so much beautifully explained, Guruji. Guruji, आज 2-3 बार I went into mind state, Guruji. There were tears. Then again, I use that technique ki whether I am in the thought state, whether I am in the mind state, Guruji, and within a second I could move in consciousness.
Very good, very good.
Very much thankful to you. आपको hiccups नहीं आएगा? मैंने कितना याद किया आपको, Guruji. Guruji,
always come back to consciousness. Matlab, I have only brought you back.
Yeah. Okay, Guruji. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ahem Atma. Always say air has brought me back. Thank you.
Guruji, Krishnoham, Guruji.
Yes, Krishnoham.
Yeah. By fulfilling our outer responsibilities, we may get a relative peace of mind and not the freedom. example I can give. We may do our duties and responsibilities in a family towards the child. As a leader in the organization, we may fulfill our responsibilities. What happiness we get by fulfilling our responsibilities are only relative in nature. Even a simple, if a child disobeys us, whatever duties and responsibilities we have done towards them, we may get, our happiness will get shattered. Even in our office, if somebody provokes us something, in spite of doing our full responsibilities, our happiness is depending on the external conditions. I just remember the Ramana Maharishi's quote. This happiness is your nature. It is not wrong to seek happiness. What is wrong is seeking the happiness from outside. Because whatever responsibilities we are doing, everything is on the outside. The real happiness comes from the self, that is the inner self.
No, sorry, you got unmuted. 1 second. Continue. Anya.
Yeah, the Ramana Maharishi says, happiness is our nature. It is not wrong to seek happiness. What is wrong is seeking happiness from outside.
Correct.
Therefore, it is always the real eternal happiness cannot be obtained by fulfilling our responsibilities.
Yeah.
Only by establishing ourselves in subconsciousness only we can able to get it.
Good, very good. Thank you, Alak, Abha, and Nikhila. Well said. Well said. Alak, Abha, and Nikhila. We will close with 3.
Shivoham Guruji.
Shivoham.
We cannot find eternal happiness by just fulfilling our responsibilities. One way to look at it is like when we say responsibilities, it means I, me, and mine. And when we say, when we are into that eternal happiness, it means live as an enlightened ego. So this is my understanding, and I do as like amalgamation of SIP in all the responsibilities that already make it every day as a sadhana for me.
So correct. So if you are doing it from a SIP perspective, then SIP is everything is SIP. You have to keep that clarity. Okay. Good.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you, Abha and Nikhila.
Shivoham.
Shivoham. Yes, Abha.
Well, actually, Ahamatma has said what I wanted to say. The purpose of life actually is happiness. And because we have this innate memory that our true nature is eternal happiness, and we are always chasing that, and we cannot get it from outside, external. We have to turn towards,
inward,
to the unlimited, which is to find that happiness, because we feel so limited all the time in this life, and we're trying to find that happiness from those limited sources, which we cannot get. So eternal happiness can only be got by turning towards SIP.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Abha. So, see, somebody from the outside world may think, are we talking irresponsibly? No. When you're talking from an awakening point of view, you realize that everybody is SIP. If you're fulfilling a responsibility as a SIP, but what happens is by forgetting SIP and fulfilling responsibilities, you're only demonstrating complete ignorance. When we forget SIP, that's why yoga is very important. Always remaining established in yoga. When we go from yoga to bhoga, complete disaster. So we have to be very cautious. We have to be always in consciousness, not in mind state. Always be established. I tell, always be established in SIP consciousness. So Nikhila, last question is Nikhila. Thank you, Abha.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Sir, until you're awakened, you are seeking happiness in worldly things and maybe forget SIP. But once you're awakened, you see happiness in all the responsibilities, in every act you do. So every act should become happy and not see it as a responsibility. So I'm just saying that, whatever you're doing after you're awakened, you start seeing happiness and SIP in everything.
But if you are seeing SIP in everything, then it's perfectly all right, because your entire focus is SIP. You're established in SIP.
But even if it's a responsibility that you're fulfilling, you see happiness in that as well.
Let me explain one thing to you. How do we know that the responsibility is SIP oriented or not? If we are in mind state, then you're doing mechanical responsibility. Then it's not in consciousness. But if you're in consciousness, if you're in that awareness that I am serving SIP, if you are in that SIP consciousness, then you are sorted. Therefore, it is very important for all of us to be in SIP. A lot of people, I'll give you, thank you, Nikhil. I'm going to close with an example of what you said. A lot of people today still criticize and condemn Prince Siddhartha Gautama. They say he was a rascal. He was a rascal, man. He left his wife, he left his child, left family, he went away. He was a scoundrel, man. But the ones who are awakened, they look deeper. Look at this example as we are closing. Sip gives me example, I don't know from where. Buddha became the awakened one. Buddha became the one to light the light of millions, billions around the world. What would he be if he just fulfilled one family responsibility? He would have lived, he would have died, he would have killed many more people, and he would have just gone. Do you and me want to be Prince Siddhartha Gautama? Or do you and me want to be Buddha? If you want to be Buddha, then be awakened. If you want to be Buddha, then be enlightened. If you just want to live and die, suffer and cry, and not find out who am I, and you want to just fulfill your petty, I'm using the word petty responsibilities, you're looking at petty responsibilities. You're not looking at the macro responsibilities. You're not looking at the major priority of life. You're forgetting you're a god, you're a goddess. You're forgetting that. And what are you doing? You're running after treasures and trinkets of this ephemeral world. Huh? Today, one lady came and showed me beautiful nails, very beautiful nails. What they've done in some nails, I don't know. They put some magnet. They told me we are putting magnet, metallic magnet in the nails and making the nails look like pearls. Have you all, the ladies, have you all done magnetic nails with pearl finish? And I'm laughing. I just laugh because people are not awakened. People are not awakened. They are trying to fulfill responsibility to the nails. Some people are trying to fulfill responsibility to their stomach because so much importance dosa and biryani is. But we are forgetting the main subject. Therefore, my dear friends, today's topic, can we find eternal happiness? Remember, every Tuesday when I talk of eternal happiness, I'm talking of enlightenment. Every Tuesday when we talk of eternal happiness, we are talking of the three P's, the three keys, the secret of pleasure, peace, and purpose. Our life is not a circus. When will we grow and see beyond the ordinary maza, the pleasure of life? When will we discover SIP in the temple of our heart? When will we realize our true purpose? This is my goal. This is my mission. This is my purpose. I come every evening at 8. I open the gate because I want to put the reality on your plate. I want you to wipe out the slate of ignorance. And that's why the magic is Zoom at 8. And if you don't come, then what will become of you? Little can I do. Because this is the simple way to awakening, to being awakened, to being enlightened, to being liberated. And that is the purpose of human life. May the divine bless each one of us on the Zoom call to be completely immersed in the truth, to let go of the real lies, open our real eyes, and realize the truth. With folded hands, I bow down.